Pointing with lips in Nicaragua. In Nicaragua, it is common to point with the lips instead of the thumb or index finger like the majority of the world. To point with their lips, a Nicaraguan person would pucker up and direct their lips forward or side to side to indicate what it is they'd like to point out. This gesture is typically used in conversation to indicate something that is happening nearby. 2. Kissing in France. The French have specific customs for greeting, which involve kissing on the cheek as a form of salutation. However, the number of kisses required to complete the greeting changes from region to region, and the rules vary for men and women. Additionally, French people are expected to greet each person at a party or gathering upon arrival whether they know the attendees or not. 3. Spitting on the bride at weddings in Greece. This practice is supposed to help ward off the devil and bring good luck. Guests may forcefully utter, "FTOU FTOU FTOU," instead of actually spitting at the bride. Spitting can also be done as a superstitious measure to ward off evil during regular conversation or at other special occasions such as baptisms. 4. September 12th is the day of conception in Russia. The declining birth rates of the country coupled with the unequal proportion of women to men and the alarmingly short lifespans of Russian men poses serious concerns for the society. Therefore, the government has instated a public holiday created solely to give couples time off from work in order to have sex in the hopes that doing so will result in pregnancy. Parents whose babies are born exactly 9 months later can even win prizes for helping to keep the Russian bloodline going. 5. Groundhog Day in the US. On February 2nd, the nation waits patiently to see if the groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, saw his shadow. If he does, it means there will be 6 more weeks of winter. The Punxsutawney Groundhog Club's inner circle of dedicated men tend to the groundhog while dressed in black suits and top hats at the light-hearted Groundhog Day ceremony each year. 6. Tipping in the US. Tipping is rather mandatory at most restaurants in the US, and it is expected that patrons leave between 10 to 20% of the bill in tips. Wait staff rely on this gratuity for a living because legal wages for waiters are low. Further, there are rules for tipping bartenders, delivery people, and other service personnel. 7. Hanging out in cemeteries in Denmark. Many Danes find it becoming to convert their cemeteries into areas for socializing. These cemeteries are well manicured and teeming with locals when the weather finally begins to warm up. Assistens Kirkegård in Copenhagen is one such example. Many famous Danes are buried here, including Hans Christian Andersen. 8. Pointing with the thumb in Malaysia. In Malaysia and Indonesia, pointing with the index finger can be seen as incredibly offensive. Instead, it is customary to gesture towards things with the thumb. 9. Respect for elders in South Korea. South Koreans have a deep respect for their elders, and it is customary to use specific honorific terms when speaking to them. The use of such language shows respect and acknowledges the seniority of the person being addressed. 10. Greetings in New Zealand. The traditional Maori greeting is the hongi, which involves pressing noses and foreheads together. This greeting symbolizes the sharing of the breath of life. Thanks for watching.